Hello, beautifuls of the feed. It's me, Benji. Welcome back to another tarot reading. I'm just going to be doing a general reading today, and I'm going to just ask for the highest intention of all good. Just do a reading that is meant to be heard by whoever clicks on this video. So that sounds good. If you are new, please subscribe and definitely like this video, and also comment if you resonate. Check out my personal readings in the description box also, if you'd like. Alright, let's get a general energy going and see who this is for. We have the Hierophant. So understanding your beliefs, values, and boundaries and stuff. So this is definitely giving me divine wisdom, very traditional. So it's almost like very teaching, like a teachery kind of energy. Earth, Taurus, very interesting. All right, is anything else? All right, so we got the Six of Cups, very beautiful. We have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Ace of Cups. So very interesting. I feel like from seeing these cards instantly, I felt like there is someone coming in, and it's definitely someone that is a soul connection. So it's definitely giving me someone that you've known for a long time. It gives nostalgia, memories, very healing, like comforting, pleasure. It almost feels like there's been a lot going on lately. And it almost feels like pleasure, after the pain, or like pleasure after the hardship kind of vibe. We have the Knight of Swords, and that is you are strong, energetic, and ready to take on the world. So it's really just giving me, kind of like fearless and ambitious kind of like energy. Very interesting indeed. It also like intuitively gives, someone coming in very fast, very fearless, very ambitious, competitive. They're very scientific and logical, it's very clever and brave of them to do that. So it's very much like they are like coming towards you very quickly. I'm now getting a little bit from the first card, the teaching and the divine wisdom one. I feel like you have done a lot of teaching and divine wisdom of this other person, and I feel like that's why they're going to come in and reach out with like love and compassion. And we have the Ace of Cups here, which is giving, unconditional love. That's like literally exactly what I was feeling just now. So new feelings, new friendship, like it's very interesting. It feels like within this new feeling, I think it's from like an old connection that you've had for a while. And I feel like there are new feelings and new friendship within this new, this connection that you have. It's very beautiful, because I think there's a lot of self-love going on each side, like the self-care, self-love thing. So it is very balanced. Okay, hello. Here we have use the dynamic energy of a leader. So confidence is key. So we've got a very confident energy. So it's very interesting, because it's giving me that this situation, the soul connection, has really expanded because of your visionary kind of like ideologies. Very interesting from this card, the King of Wands. So we have that there. And this one here is really just giving, like expansion and strength and power, and like the word visionary came into my head straight away. Very like fast, like swift. So there's a lot of swift movement going on here. We have the Three of Cups. This one is definitely giving me, interestingly enough, friendship. Joy, like getting your prize. And like weird. That's a weird way to say it, getting a prize. Like sharing and celebrating and like being happy. I really kind of get that from that. I'm getting really water, like flowing like water. Being in the really peaceful, harmonious vibe. And then we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords really beautiful. I love this card too. And this one is really just like giving a vibe of like thinking things from all perspectives and being very like heartfelt and, like heartfelt, but also in the mind, but being very controlled and logical and using your heart to like use your mind and those kind of things. So what I'm getting is kind of like controlled, but really determined. Truthful, but cautious. Like there's a lot of things going on. Very articulate, that word. So that one. So yeah, it's kind of really kind of sweet what I'm seeing here. It looks really beautiful. Like this looks like a very beautiful journey of soulmates and their journey together. That's what I'm going to say here, because that's what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. So the next card up is excessive pressure, frustration, blockages, lost faith. The Ten of Wands. This one is giving me very fiery energy. So it's interesting. I think maybe this is from your side. It feels very like it really feels like you're moving forward. And I feel like there is a lot of burden and responsibility going on. But I feel like here, I feel like there is success coming in the endeavor of going through this, the blockage and like losing faith a little bit. That happens all the time to people. So the next card here is the King of Cups, and we have support yourself before you can support others. So that's very interesting. I'm just going to pull these other ones out. It's always when the pain comes out is at the end. Excuse me. It seems like you're blocked, but you can still take a step. That's exactly what I just said. The Eight of Swords. So that's exactly what I just said. And we have the Three of Swords, pain. So yeah, pain's coming through. The harsh truths are like better than a soft lie. So what I'm getting from this is really, like maybe there's some bitter truths coming out. Maybe there's a little bit of selfishness from the other side. It looks like there's some sort of, it's like selfishness, some sort of argumentativeness or heartbreak or separation or some sort of thing like that. Because we do have the Five of Swords here. It's very interesting, which the last three cards have been very eerie and just like chaotic. This one is just giving conflict and aggression and argument. Like it's very interesting because like winning at all costs is kind of like there when I do read this sometimes, but today it doesn't really feel like winning at all costs, but it almost feels like the other side wants to win at all costs. And I feel like on your side you're feeling, a little bit of anxiety and things, but like here also I feel like with this situation, what I'm feeling from this last card is that there is a lot of self-doubt or self-sabotage coming up. So I think a lot of this pain is really not coming from this person. I think maybe this person probably still triggers you in some ways or puts you into a certain place sometimes because they share their truth, like they're very honest with you. And I feel like this is something that may have not been like that for a long time. And they're just trying to be as true, like, bitter truth, right? Like, I just feel like it's the just being honest. And sometimes being honest can be hurtful because it can hurt you and it makes you feel emotion. And that's why people are like, man, I'm hurt from this. But it's just like really hard to get the words out right now. It's kind of like that feeling. It almost feels like you have a fear of failing. Yeah. So it's very interesting. Like this person wants to win at all costs, but like I feel like you end up feeling like you want to kind of quit. So that's very interesting. I want to like just move on to some other cards and let's clarify the situation here at the end. I think that'd be really, really freaking cool. Oh, by the way, if you made it to this point, I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, I'm going to try my best to post 2 videos a day. or 3. But 3 is not a given. I will probably just do 2. I just want to do that because I feel like I need to. I woke up this morning and I was thinking and I was having like a moment, and yeah, so I'm just announcing that I'll probably be posting 2 videos a day. And anyone that's new, feel free to subscribe because I'd love to have you here. So we're basically clarifying this end one. We have the 2 of Cups. We have the 9 of Swords, and we have Justice, and we have the Judgment. So it's very interesting. 2 of Cups, really giving soul connection. You know, this is your soulmate. At this point, I don't get twin flame. I don't really get all that stuff, but like, it's definitely soulmate vibes. So I've said in another reading before that you can, the way I felt it was like twin flame and it was a soulmate and it was the same thing. And then there was this other karmic connection. But in this one, it just really feels like this is a soulmate connection. This is like just a real soulmate connection. And I think the traumas or the issues or the things that are being dealt with just in the background really cause a stagnant effect on this connection. We have the 9 of Swords. So this one really just gives me a sense of like the self-doubt feeling and really sabotaging yourself and creating this space in your mind where you think that you're less than, and you're really not. I want to just remind you that you are not. And you deserve this. You deserve a connection beautiful like this. I think justice here is really coming to show, like, you know, justice. It's really like how you deal with this situation. This tarot reading is really giving me like how you deal with the situation, like what choice you make is really what's going to make the outcome something that like happens. You know, like the Judgment card here is really giving me that after the Justice card. So it's really like this card really gives me that the universe is judging you in this and is rooting for you to make the right choice. Whatever choice that is, there's some bitter truth coming out, you know, like I really think something's going to come to light that hasn't really been there. I really think that you probably already know these things, and I think they're just coming out and they're going to be reaffirmed to you. And I really think that's going to cause a lot of, you know, like lack of sleep, you know, like not being able to like calm your mind because it has made you think over time, you know, like the anxiety. So we have that. It's very interesting to me. I would probably like to move on to another one. I did just cut it, and this is what came out, the Hanged Man. So I will say that because it's very interesting, sacrifice, release. So I really do think like there is a, you know, looking ahead after this situation where it's going to be very difficult and tough, there definitely is moving through. There's going to be sacrifice to release. So what I want to do now is I kind of want to look at the other energy. I've kind of been looking at your energy a lot. I want to look at the other energy and I want to see like what their kind of energy is towards you. You know, how they kind of feeling towards you, how they kind of like see you, you know, what they really feel. I hope that this works. Sometimes I like trying things new. So, is there any cards in here that can show us what this person really, their true intentions for you are? I think that's what matters, right? True intentions. There's a lot coming out there. Well, they all came out this morning in this morning's reading. That's very interesting. So what are these ones? These ones are the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Six of Swords, and the Emperor. Oh, okay. Their intentions are very direct. I think they I think they see the light with you, with the Ten of Wands. They're really feeling like they have been in a lot of pain, and I feel like you are that, burning light, burning through the snow. And I think the Queen of Wands is the energy that they've felt for a long time, like they've been very cold, or in a way very stern. Is what I'm getting from this card. Very fiery. I really get like a fire sign from this person. Um, but they were like very like stern and cold, and I feel like they've seen the light, right? They've been in so much pain and they've been hurt a lot, and I think they can see the light in you. You know, they see that fire burning inside of you, and they used to have this fire burning inside of them. Oh my god, I see that now. Okay. The Six of Swords is really just giving me moving away from like that dark, bad, gross, kind of horrible energy and feelings and the past and the trauma and all the bad things that have happened. I really get that I'm moving into this Emperor energy. And I also get that this is a fire sign, or this is some sort of like really fiery person. Um, they probably walk in a room and everyone is just like this, and that everyone likes them instantly. They're just like a really likable person. With the Emperor here, Aries. So very interesting here. I really think that it's moving into this really fatherly energy, right? Like, because that's what the Emperor is. Like, they're like really fatherly. They're the shepherd. Um, that word, very shepherd-like. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So I see that this person has been seeing that you have been healing yourself, and I see that they have also been healing themselves. Like, it's an even playing field when it comes to this stuff. I think maybe they started a bit later than you, but I feel like they were inspired in a way by you as well. That's what I'm getting from this card. It's very interesting. Um, the next one here is the Four of Chalices. So the Four of Chalices really gives a sense of, like you're on the right path. You're on the way. You're really like getting there, and I think you're like in this phase where you're like a little bit restful. But I think when you're sleeping, I don't think you realize how protected you are and like what's working in the background for you. That's what I'm really getting from that card today. With the Page of Swords, which really just gives me that, like really strong, new kind of really good energy where you've like come to a point where, yeah, they really see something in you, right? It's kind of what I'm getting from this card. I feel like this is what they see in you, like the Page of Swords energy. They see like, yeah, I'm gonna show you the picture. Like, they see how much of a warrior you are. Not a warrior, but like a warrior. A gladiator warrior, like someone that's so strong and strong-willed and like is so individual too. I feel like you're so like you would stand out in a crowd, right? Like if you walk down the street, people are like turning heads too. Very interesting. The Seven of Pentacles here is also giving me a sense of balance. I think they see that you're very balanced and you are very connected to the universe. And I think they see that you're working extremely hard on your endeavors when it comes to your career. So this is their intentions. Their intentions is to come in very quickly. They want to move this forward quickly. I think it's been some time. I think it's been a long time. And I think that you're possibly like at a place where you're feeling like stagnant, or a little bit impatient, or like there's a lot of responsibility and stress and blockages happening because you're just kind of like waiting. I think this person is going to come in. Like it's come out twice. That's the second time that's come out. So I just really think at the end here, their intentions is for them to come in. And they really see that you're a beautiful, beautiful person inside and out. Okay, so I'm going to move on to just a daily affirmation to go with this reading today. So let's do that. If you are resonating, let me know. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment, share, and check out my personal readings if you would like a YouTube style reading. They're definitely on there, and there are like some other ones. I'm probably going to change them around by the end of the month. So definitely, if you want one of the 1, 2, 3, or past, present, future readings, do that before the end of this month because I'm going to change them up and I'm going to change them to something else. So yeah, just to make the site fresh and like everything fresh. Okay, today's daily affirmation for this reading is the Four of Pentacles. I feel secure, I have enough. Beautiful. Okay, well, if you claim that, you can definitely comment that in the comments. If you got nothing else to say, then definitely claim this if you claim this. Alrighty then. I think we should do some star seeds today because this reading's super beautiful and it's super interesting, and there is like some pain. Like I think with everything, like good and bad, there's always going to be some sort of emotional or like, you know, some sort of strife. Sometimes it's really easy to get over and sometimes it's really hard to get over. So let's get some messages from the star seeds to go off this reading. These ones always like open my mind so much when I see them. Oh, it was my bad. Making the table ring again. I don't wonder what that is. I like doing that. I don't even notice I do it. Okay. We have surrendered to the sweetness. Venus energy. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. We have star ancestors. Hidden secrets. Lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. Wow. This one is making me think a little bit. So this one's very interesting. I feel like this is really giving you the go-ahead on diving deeper into spiritual knowledge and looking deeper into things and looking for like things that are just unknown. You know, like I love that. That's why I have that book. It's still taking me forever to read. The one from the 1400s. It's so hard to read. I'm like halfway through. But like honestly, I think it's such a great thing, and it's like hidden knowledge, you know, like it's not hidden, but like it's hidden because it's stuff that it's like extremely hard to find and you got to know what it's called and stuff like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I get from that card. It's very much calling you to do that kind of thing. We have the new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. So don't give up hope, you know, keep looking forward and keep living in the now kind of thing, and, you know, manifest and, you know, let go. Because I feel like that's a good one. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. That's beautiful, that one. Okay, an empathetic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Oh, okay. So, I'm kind of clicking. Maybe just like bitter truth, or like, you know, the truth that's going to come out that's going to cause a little bit of emotional pain, or like, you know, imbalance. I really feel like that card really goes with that kind of part with it, that part of it. I feel like even though this person might be frustrated at you, I feel like that energy's still not yours. So like try your best. If it does happen, or if something like that does happen, try your best to like not absorb that energy and just go with the flow, you know, like feel the emotion, let it go, and then just carry on, because I feel like that's probably the best way to handle these things. And the star seeds here, the empathetic star seed is really giving that. It's really giving like, you know, be aware and be conscious, and don't absorb what's not yours. Okay, let's move on to Gaia and get some messages from Gaia. Oh, by the way, my teddy is called Fred. If you wanted to know. All right, we got some coming out. Okay. And they are Jewel Within a Teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. So this seems like it is very interesting because I think there is this spiritual and emotional reconnection with your significant other, your soulmate. I think there's a new appreciation for like just being with each other. So that's what I get from that card. That's very beautiful. It's number 10, and we have number 37, Nine of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. So your spirit guides are definitely out protecting you, and the universe is on your side. Like, I get that. You're going to feel very fulfilled and very harmonious. And I feel like within this situation, these cards are really showing some light. Even though all this stuff is happening here, I really think there is fulfillment, harmony, and there's going to even be protection in the physical and from the spiritual. When forces combine, it gets even more powerful, that kind of stuff. The next one here is a hidden gift, and that is sadness and ending a new beginning. So I feel like this is very interesting because I normally get this card coming out when there is like an ending of something like a relationship. But this one I feel like is an ending of an old way of being. And I think there is this new way of being that's coming forward in the same situation, but it is brand new. It's going to feel like it's just brand new. You're going to be in awe. I feel like you're never going to really, well, you'll definitely catch up, but like it's going to feel so surreal. That's the word. We have healing and reconnecting with your true nature. So I feel like you're really getting back to your true self, like you're being that person. And I really think that that's what brings in like this beautiful abundance of life. We have flame tree, the start of something new. So definitely giving me like, this is the start of a new beginning. Like, I saw something yesterday about like a beginning of like a 20-year cycle. And I'm really getting that popping into my head right now. So I really think this is just the beginning of like good luck and good karma and just like a good cycle of life that goes for quite a while. And I really feel like that's what's happening here. It's the beginning of something new, but it's within something that's already kind of happened. And I feel like there is sadness of leaving the old behind because you're kind of leaving your old self behind. It's hard to explain that because you're like still the same person. But like, I guess the other day I was just sitting here and I was thinking like, oh wow, I don't even know the person I was 10 years ago. It's like that kind of feeling. It's like, whoa, how was I ever that person? Or like, how did I, it's like you look at that person, you don't even know that person anymore. So I feel like that's kind of the sad part about it because it did make me a little bit sad. I'm like, oh, I miss like being more bubbly or whatever it is when I was younger. But like at the same time, I was like, this is the start of something new. I'm like maturing, I'm getting older. I'm getting to a point where in life, like I want to like be chill and like settle down or whatever. Not settle down, but like, like settle down in the way of like maybe finding a partner or like doing stuff like that. So it's very interesting because the start of something new doesn't always have to be something that has ended or like it doesn't have to be a relationship that's ended. I'm really just trying to get that across because what I get from this is that it's totally within the same situation and it's just like a whole new thing. Like you've like shifted timelines or something. Very interesting. I don't know why I said shifted timelines because where does that come from? Is that a real thing? But yeah, it came out. So anyway, we'll go with it. We'll go into the Amazonian cards, and today I'm just going to do 3. Why not? 1, 2. Today you can do the fun thing. You can pick 1, 2, or 3, or you can pick all 3 if you feel the need, or you can just pick 2 of them. It's up to you what ones you want to pick, however you feel, however you resonate with it. Okay. Wow, let's do 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you can kind of see them on the table there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Let's go. Okay. Stop. Okay. Go. Stop saying okay. The first one is Nabu, Angel of Sacred Wisdom. Number 2. Beautiful. It's so pretty. All right. Number 1. Number 2. I wonder if this one's come out yet. Maybe. Healing frequency meditation. Oh, fun. Nabu, angel of sacred wisdom. As above, so below, as within, as without, as the universe, so the soul. Urmias Trismegistus. Gistus. Okay. In this card, you see the dual aspect of Nabu, the magnificent winged, also known as Hermes Trismegistu, and is a master of science, geometry, prophecy, and architecture. Nabu was the founder of writing and the patron of all the esoteric arts. Above him, you can see the eyes of compassion. Whoa. Oh, I see it. Okay. These eyes penetrate infinite space and time. When humanity realizes its true potential, it will begin to see through the eyes of the heart to help the biosphere survive the coming calamities of the climate change and extinction of countless species. It is in Nabu's syncretic association with Hermes. Hermes himself is an amalgamation of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek god Hermes that we have best come to know him. In this cognomen, these words, bro, cognomen, I can't say it, cognomen of Hermes, Nabu has had a profound influence on the Western mind for thousands of years. He is regarded as one of the most distinguished divinities of the ancient and medieval world, and is known as the source of the divine, esoteric wisdom bestowed to humanity since the dawn of history. In the center of the card, you'll see the dual aspect of Nabu holding the celestial disc, containing the triangle of life that represents body, soul, and spirit. I'm totally getting that. I'm going to get a tattoo of that. I've just realized I'm getting a tattoo of that triangle. The very geometry of the human being. Okay. The triangle overlays the nucleus of the mirror of the soul, which reflects our inner depths through our eyes. In the concentric circles are all the constituents of life. These patterns from our bodies, limbs, organs, and mental faculties and intelligence. Everything is combined and integrated according to a precise divine plan. The triangle of life is the golden symbol of plants. It shows how life is created from biochemical activity, initially forming crystals, minerals, and plant cells. All of these have been combined to make life. Our bodies and those of animals contain minerals and metals. The triangle shows us there is no such thing that is devoid of life. Everything in creation process, life force. You can see Nabu being the bridge between the celestial disk and the Empyrean temple of the knowledge above. This temple is the cosmic archetype of sacred architecture, sacred geometry, harmonics, and the divine proportions. The latter we call the golden ratio, or pi. We can witness pi's application in the ancient pyramid temples, mosques, cathedrals, and megalithic structures from so many civilizations around the world. You see these ratios in mandalas, altars, and medicine wheels. The ancient sages, philosophers, and mystery schools studied and therefore had a profound understanding that these archetypes were in fact illuminative or symbolic of our soul and inner realm. Viewing and contemplating these forms can allow us to look directly at the face of the great mystery itself. By reflecting on the nature of these archetypal designs, their patterns and forms, there can be a revealing of the cosmic consciousness workings. The contemplation of the divine archetype instills in us that we all have a temple within. All of the great sages have spoken of this temple, and it is what Pablo Amaringo calls Pagoda Dorada, Temple of the Heart. By entering this inner temple, we have the potential to recognize the unity of creation, awaken to the spiritual preeminence of our soul, and expand our consciousness by connecting to the higher realms. Whoa. Okay. My bad about like some of the mess ups, but like I hope you got something from that. That's really, really profound. And it really goes with this. It really, really, really goes with that card, Star Ancestors, Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom, Look a Little Deeper. It's really going with that. So if you chose that one, that's your card today. Let me know if you resonated. We're going to go to card number 2, which is Aquilion, Angel of Human Evolution, which is number 4. 2, 4. All right, more reading. Hope you don't mind that I'm doing the reading. I think it's really helpful for me, and I think I've always said that from the beginning with this one, and specifically Oracle decks. I like just reading from the book because there's a lot to remember, and to remember all of this is like extremely hard. Like I'm not even that genius level, but over time I remember it. Okay, number 4, Aquilion, Angel of the Human Evolution. There's an unbroken thread that stretches from those first cells to us. Carl Sagan. Here is Aquilion, the angel of human evolution. He is sitting on a throne made of a single solid agate crystal. He holds the caduceus, the helical dual serpent spiral representing the intelligent and living instrument of evolution that we call DNA. Whoa, we're getting depthy today. Get ready. We best know the caduceus as the staff carried by the god Hermes. Whoa, this connects with that one. Oh my gosh. We best know the caduceus as the staff carried by the god Hermes in the Greek mythology. James Watson and Francis Crick were co-recipients of the Nobel Prize for discovering the DNA double helix. Intriguingly, Watson said the insight came from a dream of 2 snakes intertwining and an ascending helix. Below Aquilion, you can see the rainbow-colored vibrational rays of the magnificent bejeweled cosmic serpent, who is known to the Shipibo peoples of the Upper Amazon as Ronin Kini. The helical spirals of ultrasonic vibrations contain the code of all life. We are all familiar with Darwin's theory of evolution. That is the non-linear progression. I totally picked up the wrong one. No, it's not. We are all familiar with Darwin's theory of evolution. That is the non-linear progression from ocean-dwelling creatures to amphibians, to reptiles and mammals, to primates, and finally to us, Homo sapiens. There is a mountain range of evidence that supports this evolutionary trajectory as scientific fact. However, there is still so much we don't know about DNA and the actual mechanism of evolution, and it is still mainly a mystery. To date, science has only decoded a fraction, 3%, of human DNA. There is no... Wait, when was this book made? 1 second. I don't know how to find out when something was made. Is it in here? 2022. Okay, well, I'm quoting this from 2022. This is from 2022, so whatever this says in here, it's from then. They could have... They might be at 5% now. I don't know. To date, science has only decoded a fraction, 3% of human DNA. There is no way from this research to explain the complexity of human organism, and there is more to inheritance than the basic DNA sequence. Something other than DNA is mediating biological inheritance, an elusive meta-agent that controls our genes' function. The field of epigenetics has proven that we transgenerationally inherit emotional patterns from our ancestral lineage. Epigenetics introduces the idea that the lives of our parents, grandparents, and previous generations can directly affect our well-being, despite never experiencing any of these things ourselves. This meta-agent is called genomic imprinting. In essence, genes have a memory of their origin. This imprinting informs both our consciousness and physical form and exemplifies the transgenerational transmission of our ancestral emotional experiences. The question arises that are we going to be good ancestors? When I first read Carl Sagan's quote, the epigraph for this card, I used as a technique that Pablo taught me to look at it from the other way around to change your perspective. Reading the epigraph the other way around, it states, there is an unbroken thread that stretches from us to those first cells. Instead of a linear progression originating in the past or the present to the future, the source could be the future. With this idea, we move it into the French philosopher and scientist Pierre Teilhard de Chardin's spiritual metaphysics. This concept he called the Omega Point. The philosopher and ethnobotanist Terence McKenna regarded the Omega Point as the transcendental object of the end of time. Oh my God, wait, I got to say that again. Transcendental object at the end of time. Okay, which acts as an evolutionary attractor. Evolution, according to this hypothesis, is not being propelled from behind, but the evolutionary process this is pulled forward. Oh my gosh. But the evolutionary process is pulled toward the universal attractor, the Omega Point. Equalion, the angel of human evolution, is the archetype of this universal divine attractor, a manifestation of the constantly evolving creative spirit that both animates and holds the paradigm for life. Thoughts for reflection. This one's never come out, so I'm going to read these ones. Even though I just kind of read it, it's just going to like summarize it. It'll be good. We inherit not only the genetic coding of our ancestors, but also their mental and emotional states. When you heal negativity in your life, you also do so for your family across countless generations. Is that like a head? Or are you healing like the past generations too? I really need to look into this. This is super interesting. Okay, so if you pick number 2, it was number 2. No, it wasn't. It was number 4. If you pick number 2, it was number 4. And I'm going to show you the picture again. And now I see it all. There's eyes up there. Yeah, it's really intense. Okay, we're going to move on to number 3. Is Pachacamac, Angel of the Three Worlds. Alrighty. Number 19. More reading. There's only one left after this, so yeah. Sorry about the long video. This is going to be a long video today. Or second video today is going to be a long video. Pachacamac, Angel of the Three Worlds. All the gods, all the heavens, all the world are within us. Joseph Campbell. Pachacamac is the archangel guardian of the three worlds. In Quechua, Pacha means the world. The Kamak means being or soul. Pachacamac together means the soul or the one, who animates the world. In the ancient Adin cosmology of the three worlds, Hanak Pachak in the Quechua is the name of the upper world. And the middle world is called Kausei Pacha, and the lower world is Uku Pacha. Hanak Pacha means highest world. Kausei Pacha represents the world of our existence, and Uku Pacha is the inner or deep world. These three realms correspond to the shamanic and mythological perspective of the three worlds. We still remain in this three-world cosmology in our culture, and the names that are most familiar to us are heaven, earth, and hell. Alrighty, so there was a knock at the door. I'm just going to carry on with this last one. So the last one here is going to be number 4. So if you pick number 4, this is your one. That last one is super short. That's very interesting, Angel of the Three Worlds. The last one is Tatru Kim, and that is Angel of Medicine. I don't think this one's like ever come out before. So it's very interesting. This is number 1 in the whole entire set as well. So let's go to number 1 and read that one. Tatru Kim, Angel of Medicine. It is more important to know what sort of person has a disease than to know what sort of disease a person has. I'm going to read that again just so my brain can catch up with whatever the heck that said. I know it's probably makes sense, but it is more important to know what sort of a person it is more important to know what sort of person has a disease than to know what sort of disease a person has. Hypocrites. That's what it says. Hypocrites. Okay, here is Tatru Kim. She stands at the epicenter of the 2 cornucopias. Ooh, there's DNA on this one. It's very connected to that last one. Very interesting. That DNA one. And they each represent different paths of evolution and knowledge. The cornucopia on the left illustrates the indigenous peoples with their traditional nature-based wisdom. The cornucopia on the right indicates the way of modern science and Western civilization with its Cartesian dualistic worldview. These have been and are still two seemingly irreconcilable paths, and the world of medicine stands as a testament to this schism. Wow, that word. On one side, nature is alive and has a spirit or consciousness. On the other side, nature, including the human body, is seen as a machine. Whoa. Gotta show it again. Can you see that? In this, the organs in the system are described in the mechanical terms. The heart is a pump, the brain is a computer, the nervous system is a complex communications network, and the cells are energy-producing micro-batteries. Within these two paradigms, there are also two differing views on cause of illness and disease. There's only one cause of There's only one cause of disease in the Western system, and this is the doctrine to specify etiology. According to this doctrine, the disorder or the disease symptoms are treated rather than the person. Traditional to holistic systems view illnesses from a much broader perspective, including the person's emotional state, nutrition, and most importantly, what the body is telling the person about an imbalance in their life. Truly tired and tested traditional and sophisticated healing systems such as acupuncture, Ayurveda, and herbalism are methods anteceded to Western medicine by thousands of years. I hope that's how I say that word. However, they are labeled as alternative medicine. To put this in another perspective, one could reasonably put forward the notion that this should in fact be the other way around. I agree, okay? I'm just going to put that out there. I agree with that statement. In debates and discussions, that those that advocate alternative medicine are accused of magical thinking, and those that advocate conventional medicine are accused of being pawns of the pharmaceutical industry. Tatrakim wants the proponents of both medicine paths to open their hearts and minds and see the wisdom in each of the ways. The paths are not mutually exclusive, and both have the potential to work in conjunction with each other. Both systems can teach and inform each other. Even the dualistic division between the natural and synthetic medicines is a moot and an indefinite one. A shaman would not make this distinction. Each medicine has a field of energy, consciousness, or spirit with that shamans would literally bless and charge with power to support the healing and the integration of the medicine with the person's body, mind, and spirit. After all, holistically speaking, the atoms and subatomic particles that form molecules, proteins, and hormones are indeed the same. Whether natural or synthetic, Pablo Amaringo wrote in his notes of the schism in terms of education. Okay. In modern urban cultures, everybody receives an education. People study at schools, colleges, and universities. This is organized in a formal and structured way, and although you are taught many facts and techniques of classification and analysis, you are not taught how to understand or discern. Often, what we study creates confusion and delays the acquisition of natural wisdom. Indigenous people are not educated in the sense, but are taught through ceremony to be aware of environmental and spiritual forces. Okay, Tatrakim wants the proponents of both medicine paths, holistic and scientific, to open their hearts and minds to see the wisdom in each of their ways. When it comes to health, you know what is best for yourself and your family instinctively. You can reconcile the seemingly irreconcilable. Okay, well, that is today's reading. It's so deep, so depthy. I think, honestly, the starseeds were onto something. They knew what was going to happen today. And, hidden secrets, lost wisdom, and look a little deeper. Well, that's what I did today, and I hope you enjoyed this reading. I'm just going to end this. I'm going to stitch the two parts together. And, yeah, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, bye-bye. Take care.